Hey guys, it's Winterwolf. So I've been on a bit of a modern spree. Either my past few or my next few, because I'm not sure what order these are coming out. They've all been very modern, and that's because I've been playing in Del Sol Valley with a family. And it felt weird because they had a modern house, but then no one else did. I play in like the cheaper neighborhood, of course, and so I ended up making some modern houses for them and their neighbors, and ended up adding some neighbors because I just don't like Del Sol Valley particularly much. I know a lot of people love Del Sol. Like, I love Get Famous, but I don't like Del Sol's world because it's just so small. There's like not that many not that many lots, for one, and for two, all of these like cheaper lots are huge, like really huge. You would not see that in California, which is what Del Sol Valley is based off of, obviously. You would just not, especially if you're trying to get a cheap home. Houses are so expensive in Del Sol, and so you have this like massive lot. It's not really, I don't think it's conducive to having like a nice starter home. Like, I made a starter home the other day, which I think you guys will be seeing next week. I'm not sure, like I said, I haven't decided what videos are going up when, and it looks so small on that huge lot that I ended up getting some debug, some debug fencing, and just like cutting off half of the lot because it was so big and it looked awkward. So now that back lot kind of looks like a park, which it isn't, but like, because you can't actually play with it. Well, you can play with it, but people won't be there to play with you on it because it's your lot, and like, well, I don't know, actually. Sims are pretty nosy, and they like go on your lot without without your permission and all that. They just like walk on it, and they like use your grill without telling you. It's really weird. Sims are very weird. There's no like boundaries in the Sims world. So I guess maybe you could use it, but right now it just kind of looks like an empty park. In fact, I actually have money vaults hiding back there because I'm playing with two Sims that are supposed to be roommates, so I keep track of their money using the vaults, which is annoying, like so insanely annoying, but I do it anyways. So yeah, I really love the kitchen in this build. Oh my gosh. First of all, I love those eco lifestyle chairs. Also, I use a ton of packs, forewarning. So this is like the kitchen. I kept it really empty. There's a pantry to the right, which has like all of the miscellaneous decorations that you would usually see, like like pots and pans and, you know, utensils and all that kind of stuff is all within there because I want this to be like a really sleek, empty kitchen. And then across the kitchen, you will see later on that there will be like a buffet kind of place. So there's like the tea and the coffee, and there's the fondue thing. I don't know what it's called, but the fondue, like, I think it's something mirth. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but is it from the hideous, what is that pack that everyone hates when they're not hating on pets, the My First Pet stuff? Luxury Party or something, luxury something. It's from that pack. So it came in handy for that part. I ended up doing this bookshelf thing. I think I've seen this on a YouTube video that someone did, and personally I've never thought of doing this. I knew you could do this with the windows, but I've just never thought of putting stuff there. I don't know if it's actually usable, because my Sims never bother trying to use it. Every time I tell them to go read a book, they go and use the one that's on the TV. But either way, you do have two bookshelves, so it doesn't really need to be usable, but it looks nice, and that's all that really mattered for me. So yeah, in the video, which if I can find it, I'll link it down below, they actually make it usable somehow, but I don't know if this one that I've made is usable. I just made it for looks. So yeah, I was kind of awkward about trying to do this like living area because it's so huge and I didn't know what to put, so it ends up being more of like a hallway with some music stuff. This is meant, I do have a family on the gallery that this house is meant for, so it's meant for 6 Sims, I think. 6 Sims and a dog, I think. So basically there's 2 YouTube couples, and then there's 2 brothers that will live separate from the house in this, like, in the backyard there's like another, like a home gym, and the basement has a little living space for them with their own kitchen and all that kind of stuff. So this is a super cool house. It's really massive, super intricate. I tried to be detailed, but With modern builds, I like to keep everything a little bit empty because I just feel like it's less home. I feel like modern homes are less homely than like making a regular suburban house with a family. And obviously this isn't meant for a family either. It's meant for young YouTube couples, so they don't have like toys hiding everywhere. But yeah. So this is the buffet I was talking about. It's going to end up moving to the opposite wall in a couple minutes. But you'll see that there's like coffee, and then there's that like eco lifestyle water tray. So I figured it's like somewhere where if you have guests, they can like grab some coffee, or they can grab some chocolate fondue or whatever. So I just thought that was cool. And then there's the big dining, and they have double stove ovens. I do have this dishwasher. I don't know if it's actually usable. I highly doubt that it is because it is obstructed by the counter, but I wanted it there because I thought it looked nice, even though you can't even see it, because like, when are you ever going to be staring at the side of a counter? I don't know, but yeah, so that's what that is. This is the like shared bathroom. Obviously upstairs there's also 2 more bathrooms, which by the way looks so luxurious. Like, I would love to have that bathroom in real life. And you'll see, like, usually I don't spend that much time on bathrooms. Like, I make them look nice. I don't like when people put, like, the standalone sinks. I just really hate standalone sinks. Because in reality, you would need somewhere to put your stuff. So I always use counters if I can. Sometimes I don't, because if I don't have the space, then I don't bother. But usually if I use the university showers, I have space. So, yeah. Sorry. I'm like losing my voice. It's because I need water, but I don't have any water with me, so we're just gonna suffer. But yeah, this is my favorite build of all time. I know that I say that for a lot of my builds, but this is actually my favorite build currently. It's just so luxurious and nice and modern, and it has all this kind of skill building stuff. There's literally skill building for everything, because I figured that if you're using YouTubers, they probably have some serious skills somewhere, and in this case there's 6 sims, so there's a lot of variety. I have music, I have the YouTuber view station, I have the DJ mixing, I have an art easel for an art easel sim that whatever it does with art, then it's there. Fitness, because there's a whole home gym, which I feel like is super expensive. Like, this is something you would see with like already famous people. So these are like, this kind of like reminded me of like the Trap House, or you know, like the YouTubers that live together. This was what I was aiming for, is like those really big awesome looking houses that they can afford because they're all just rooming together. So that was my goal. And I think I succeeded. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys like this build, because I can't stop like gloating about it. Like, I just really like it. I did end up having to change this living area a little bit. I think I did it off camera, and by that I mean I literally just moved like the sofa off to the side because you couldn't actually enter into the living area because it was just covered everywhere. So I ended up changing that. But yeah, everything is play tested. Like I said, I don't know if the bookshelf is usable, and I know for a fact that I ended up doing the same thing with some dressers. Those are not usable, but no one uses dressers anyway. So this is the bathroom that I was talking about. Super luxurious. There's a whole huge space for the shower, and in the shower you're gonna see there's candles and some plants, and it just looks really nice, and like it looks like a spa kind of to me, which is what I was aiming for, so it worked out pretty well. And then just have like a hidden toilet, which I think I would prefer, especially if you're like sharing this with a couple or something. Obviously this is like a shared bathroom for, actually no, because this is, so basically there's 2 bedrooms here, and then there's another bedroom, like I said, outside the house in a basement of the gym facility. So this would be like the other couple's bathroom, so I would prefer having like a separate toilet space, just so that way they can both use it at once. Obviously it's not like super separate, but it is like private, so that works out pretty well. I did the same thing in this bedroom. They have an ensuite, because these would be like, I guess maybe like the main people who own the house, or like pay more to live there because they get like the fancy bedroom, so they get the fancy ensuite bathroom, which is basically styled the same way, except the The shower is a little bit smaller, but like I said, it's an ensuite, so it's still better than the other one. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. It's super nice. I like the color scheme a lot. I tried to do a lot of like wood tones, black and white, of course, because and I just this closet is to die for. Look at it's not like hugely spacious because it's really cluttered, but I want it to be super cluttered. But it's like a spacious walk-in closet. You know, she's got her shoes. It's like a his and hers closet, which obviously that's just like the name for it. Anyone can share this closet, obviously, but like it's a his and hers closet. Obviously the left side is the guys, the right side is the girls, traditionally speaking, at least. The right side has more feminine clothing and the left side has more masculine clothing. But yeah, so there's the walk-in closet in that room, and there's also the ensuite bathroom, which is like whoever got that room is lucky. And they have their own private balcony, which doesn't get used that much because I don't have anything on it, and that's because I felt like adding too much ruined the outside of the house, because then you can see like the stoves and the tables and all that. So I kept it pretty empty. There's like a barbecue and I think one table, but for the most point it's pretty empty. And I think I did that off camera, so you won't even see it until you see the screenshots. But yeah, I ended up doing this sofa thing. I actually forgot to play test this, but I think the sofa is usable, although I don't know why you would ever use the sofa. I guess because technically I added a TV in this room, because if you're like living in such an expensive house, who wouldn't have a TV in their bedroom? Like, come on now. So they have a TV in their bedroom, and it's right above their office. So there is a garage, by the way. If you guys didn't notice, I love making garages, but I don't do it very often because I just never find the space for it, and I don't like making garages when you can see like that it's above the foundation. I always put foundations on all my houses, but I found a way to like put the door, it's like a DIY garage door because it's actually supposed to be a mural, but I keep it empty so that it actually works as a garage door. So obviously it doesn't actually work, but it looks like a garage door. But basically what I did is I went into the basement level and I raised up that so that it's actually on the basement floor, but you can see it on the first floor, and so that way it hits at the foundation level and not like above the foundation level, but in the middle of it. You guys know what I mean. Hopefully. But yeah, so this is the YouTube, because obviously we don't actually have cars in the game, so I figured we wouldn't actually use this as a garage. It just looks like a garage. So they have their office in their garage space, and they keep their cars outside. Ideally, I would have had like a big fence around the whole house, because of course a lot of YouTubers have like these massive fences for security reasons, you know, because they have crazy fans stalking them, or like over enthusiastic fans or whatever. Sometimes people like blur the boundaries, you know. So in reality I would have had that, but it made the outside look weird, so I was like, never mind, we're not gonna do that. But yeah, there's definitely space for it. This ends up being like an art place, because one of the Sims I made for this house, which by the way, like I said, this family that is meant for this house is on my gallery page. It's called the YouTuber Crew, and you guys can download them and also download this house, which is called the YouTuber Crew's house or something, YouTuber home. It's something YouTube, and it's one of my most popular builds. So and it's also my newest build right now. So if you filter by popular or by my voice, I'm so sorry, it sounds so scratchy because I don't have any water. But one of the Sims was an artist, so I felt weird that she had no space, and I didn't want to put it downstairs, so I ended up putting it up here. And so she just has her own little balcony for her art stuff, and it's covered, so hopefully they don't lose anything. I ended up playing around with this pool, which this is pointless. I should have just taken out this footage, but I didn't, because originally I wanted it to look like this with they have that foundation from bb.show hidden objects. So if you do bb.show hidden objects, you'll get like the foundation where you can see through. And I wanted to do it, and it's like really finicky to do, but then I ended up covering it anyway, so I don't even know why I bothered to do this in the first place, because I ended up putting bushes along both sides, and then I ended up having a place behind it. There was no point in me doing what I did for this pool. So it was very unfortunate that I wasted my time doing this. So this is where I have like a little planter area. I think this is also something I've seen on I don't think I've actually watched the video, but I think I saw it on the screenshot and I was like, oh, that's cool, because they also did like this kind of like infinity pool type thing where they added plants along one side. And I liked the way it looked, so I was like, I'm going to do that on this house. So if I find that video as well, I'll also link it down below for you guys to check out. If I don't, I'm sorry. But yeah. I need a minute to catch my breath. So along to the right side of the pool is where the gym is going to be, which hasn't been built yet. It's sort of a last minute decision. I'm not even sure if it's actually recorded on footage. I don't remember if it's in the build video itself or if it's just in the screenshots. No, okay, so the gym is in the video, but the downstairs basement area is not in the video. So you guys are just gonna have to look at the screenshots to see what that looks like. I'm sure a lot of you guys have probably skipped the screenshots already, so you probably already know what I'm talking about. But I actually made my own basketball place, and at first I forgot that they actually sell like the basketball places from City Living, but it was too small for this area and I wanted it to look like an actual space, and it just didn't, so I ended up making my own. I wanted to have like a circle, but I don't know how to make circles. I don't think you can make a circular flooring, so I ended up doing this, and it kind of just looks like that instead, which I think still this turned out super amazing. And you'll see when you go into the screenshots on the right, there is a basketball like shelving, so it has a shelving unit, so it has like basketballs and soccer balls and all that kind of stuff. So I figured that's just super cool. And then there's just like kind of like college stuff, you know, beer pong, whatever that table is called. I don't play it, so I have no idea what it's called, and I know it's like sad of me. Okay, so about this, the climbing machine I sized down, and it looks kind of normal. It your Sims sort of gravitate towards the top of it a lot because it's supposed to be bigger, and it also like the screen on it will kind of project forward or like off of the actual screen. This is what I'm saying, makes no sense, but basically I sized it down so it looks a little bit weird when you're actually playing with it, but it still looked okay to me, so I kept it sized down. But if it doesn't, like, if you don't like it, then you can take it out and put something else in. And then, like I said, you'll also see that there's a basement in the actual screenshots of this video. It's not in the video itself, but you've already hit screenshots, so I'm going to go ahead and leave. I hope you guys liked this video. As always, if you did, please give it a big thumbs up. If you like me, hit the subscribe button. And if you really like me and want to be notified every single time I post a video, go ahead and hit that bell button. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will see you next time.